heritage. Across the country, we Canadians are set to revisit our rite of springtime. For the next 6 weeks, we'll recall the glory of hockey's past and cheer for those hoping to seize the present. It has always looked like this in Canada. It's a picture which has always appeared here. From coast to coast, Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC and the Stanley Cup playoffs. The tradition continues.
The following is a live presentation of CBC Sports.
A year ago, the Calgary Flames finished the 80-game regular schedule atop the overall standings. A year later, Calgary's position is unchanged, although the belief is the Flames didn't push themselves as much this time to win the President's Trophy. Two members of the 50 Gold Club helped their cause, Joey Mullen and Joe Nieuwendyk, who paid no attention to the sophomore jinx. He matched the total of his rookie season. In 1 year, the Canucks have reduced their goals against by 106. That's why they're in the playoffs. Their offense isn't as impressive, but Petri Sprico and Trevor Linden each reached the 30-goal level. Linden is the Western favorite to win the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year. And each team is a Coach of the Year candidate. Terry Crisp for guiding his team to first place overall, and Bob McCammon for reinstilling pride in his. Tonight, it's Game 1 of the Smythe Division semifinal between the Calgary Flames and Vancouver Canucks.
Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Side of the net, score! Over the Fleury shot, save, rebound, they score!
Back to Suter. He lets it go.
They score! Linden shoots, scores! There it is. Once again, McDonald, he scores! He did it! 500!
Brought to you by Molson Canadian. What beer's all about. By Ford of Canada, where quality is more than a commitment. Quality is job one. By Pepsi, the choice of a new generation. By Esso retailers and agents across Canada.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Calgary's Olympic Saddledome, where the collective expectation of this capacity crowd of 20,000 is that their Flames will go a whole lot further in the playoffs this year than they did last. Then the Flames were driven from the second round in 4 straight games by the Edmonton Oilers. The Flames have been installed as Stanley Cup favorites by many and accordingly are heavily favored over the Vancouver Canucks in this opening round. But whenever the two teams met in the regular schedule, the Canucks kept it close by employing a tight defensive style that is well suited to the playoffs. So therein lies the strategy the Canucks will employ tonight and every night thereafter in this series. Right now, let's hear from Bob Cole and Harry Neal.
Well, I think it's a safe bet to say, at least everybody tells us, that the Calgary Flames are prohibitive favorites as we go into this round of the playoffs. No question, Harry, the Flames are solid from top to bottom.
Well, the Vancouver Canucks are severe underdogs any way you look at it in the playoffs, and should they ever be able to knock Calgary out, it would be the biggest upset of the first round of this year's National League playoff.
When you're talking about postseason play, of course, you think about goaltending. Goaltending always plays a very important part in the playoffs, and Mike Vernon is coming off his best season ever.
He may have been the best goalie in the National League this year, Bob. 37 wins. Third straight year he's won over 30 games. His opponent, Kirk McLean, this is his first time in the playoffs, and he has been very instrumental in Canucks even getting to the playoffs.
Now, defense is Vancouver style, and I have a feeling the Flames could run into some trouble here.
Well, the Vancouver Canucks went from 17th to 3rd overall in goals against, a phenomenal improvement. And should they do anything in the playoffs, it will be attributed to their good defensive play.
These two teams were 43 points apart, but that was over the regular season. And as they say, in the playoffs, anything can happen, Scott.
All right, Bob, we'll have the opening face-off of Game 1 between Calgary and Vancouver next. These are the Stanley Cup playoffs live on CBC. Molson Hockey Night in Canada returns in just a moment.
I'm sure a lot of folks can tell you the same story. You just don't forget a thing like that. I can still tell you the page number in that Canadian Tire catalog. That bike went everywhere with me. But I knew Dad had more important things to think about. I slept, ate, lived, and breathed that bike. But I just couldn't ask him for it.
Hey, boy, I got a couple new tires you can help me unload.
Boy, what I'd give to have seen my face that day.
Welcome back to the Olympic Saddledome Stanley Cup Playoffs 1989. Let's update you on Montreal and Hartford. In the second period, Canadians hurt the Whalers with a shorthanded goal. Brian Walters scoring on Kay Whitmore on the rebound, but the Whalers got it back on a 2-on-1. Brent Peterson to Scott Young, who beat Patrick Roy 3-2 Montreal after 2 periods. And here at the Olympic Saddledome, it's the Canucks and Flames just about set for the opening round face-off. We should tell you that in addition to the 43-point separation between these two teams in the regular schedule, there's also a great separation in terms of odds. The Calgary Flames installed as co-favorites along with the Montreal Canadiens at 9-5 to win the Stanley Cup. The Vancouver Canucks 100-1 long shots to win the Stanley Cup. Season series 5-1-2 in favor of the Calgary Flames, but again we tell you the Canucks generally managed to keep it close, usually within 2 goals, and 3 of those games went to overtime. So the Canucks obviously are not prepared to wave white towels this time around either. So then, we're just about set for the opening face-off, and now let's go to Bob Cole and Harry Neal in the broadcast booth. Gentlemen.
Just winding up the national anthem, sung beautifully by Susan Smith. And Harry, there's going to be a presentation before they drop the puck in for this first game of a best-of-7. Joe Mullen played in all but 1 game over the regular season. He had 51 goals and 59 assists for 110 points. And he was the runaway leader in scoring for the Calgary Flames. And George Reed is presenting the Molson Cup to Joey Mullen. What a year.
One great athlete gets another great athlete quite an award. Joey Mullen is now the highest scoring U.S.-born player in the history of the National Hockey League. And he'll be a force that the Vancouver Canucks will worry about every time they see number 7 out there.
A virtual sea of red here at the Olympic Saddledome for these 2 games tonight and tomorrow night before the scene shifts across the mountains to Vancouver. Look at the crowd, and it'll be another sellout, no question. Have they fallen in love with these Flames or what?
Well, you're looking at a lot of people who will be bitterly disappointed should the Calgary Flames not get out of the Smythe division and take a real run at the Stanley Cup.
Coming to center ice is Don Hartman, who's the mayor of Calgary. And he is going to drop the puck in that sees this series underway. And there's a souvenir. Mayor, from Doug Gilmour. The officials for tonight's game. The referee there with the red armbands. Everybody in red tonight. That's Denny Morrell, Ron Asseltine, and Leon Stickle, the 2 veteran linesmen. We alluded to how important goaltending would be in any playoff series. Harry, Kurt McLean gets the call by Bob McCammon tonight.
Well, some impressive stats, but the downside of that is that he did not win in his last 4 starts of the regular NHL season.
We talked about the solid year for the Calgary Flames netminder. He gets the start. I'm speaking, of course, of Calgary's Mike Verdon.
Second in the National League in goals against with a 2.65 and undefeated in his last 9 appearances as the season wound down. Mike Vernon is one of the reasons why the Calgary Flames finished where they finished.
Reinhardt and Butcher starting out there for Vancouver. Bozek with Smeal and center up front. Calgary going right in on top of McLean. Right off the bat. Little shaky start for Vancouver. McInnes and Merson for the Flames, with Gilmore, Mullen, and Patterson, the forwards. Coming in on that far side is Smeal, trying to knock it back at the net. Sutter gets it out front, but nobody was there but Mullen, and he skates away with it. Mullen gets it to center, and Gilmore gets in over the Vancouver line. Gilmore trying to set it up in front of the net. Pretty good play by Gilmore, but nobody could make contact in front. Fans wanted a penalty call right away. The play goes right on, and Vernon steps out of the net as the two teams make changes. Down on that far side is Poplinski trying to get it back. Mark Hunter comes back to pick it up for Calgary. Rolled it back into the corner in his own zone. Canucks can't keep it in. Poplinski skates in over the line. A burst of speed gets him in. It's centered and knifed away by McLean. McCrimmon kept it in there. Greg Adams going after it along the boards for the Canucks. Can't move it out. McLean getting out of the net to help. And they get the puck off the boards and down the ice, and Vernon will come out to play it, and the Canucks are making quick changes again. They played just a minute and a half of the first period. So far, it's for the Flames with a couple of moves in. Here's Snaps with a shot. First stop of the game for Mike Vernon from a fair distance. No problem for Vernon. He cut the angle.
Harold Snaps hasn't scored a goal this year and didn't come very close on that one. There's a lot of guys missing on each team tonight. And there are the Vancouver scratches. No surprises, I don't think, if you've followed the Canucks all year, and I think they'll really miss Barry Peterson, who's their best defensive center. Calgary take out 4 players who could play almost for any team in the National League. What depth they have.
Linden, Sandlak, and Skriko for Vancouver. Big Joe Lotto with Poplinski and Hunter remaining on for the Calgary Flames. Linden is one to watch. He's number 16 there, ready for the faceoff. Stickle ready to drop it in. They won't line up properly, and Linden is waved out. So Sandlak steps in. Sandlak moving after the puck, winning the draw. Try to whip a pass and behind the net. Couldn't do it. It's kept in by Linden. Linden back of the net to Skriko. He gets it to the line. Litzter's shot. Scramble in front of the net. Vernon down. And Vernon hangs on to it, but that was a close call for Mike Vernon, as the Canucks came right at him with their top line of Linden, Sandlak, and Skriko.
The leader in compact trucks, Ford Ranger, with features that make it outsell Mazda, GMC, and Chevy. You're in 4-wheel drive at the touch of a button. Only Ranger 4x4 gives you this advanced system standard. And Ranger beats Chevy S10 in standard horsepower and torque. It's Canada's best-selling compact truck. During April Truck Month, get 8.9% financing, plus save up to $2,435 on specially equipped Rangers.
Looks like Terry Crifts wants to get Big Joel Otto against Trevor Linden. The problem is the Canucks play 3 lines, and the Calgary Flames play 4.
From the face-off, the Flames win the draw and get it out into the center ice area. Lidster turning around to feed it in on the right side. It goes to the corner, and Natras picking it up. He was slow to move it. Snap shot, high shot off the glass. Sandlak moving in after it. And the stick was high. And the play is called. And it's the first penalty of the game going against Poplinski of Calgary.
Now, Poplinski collided with Petri Skriko and gave him the stick. And referee Denny Morrell called it quickly. The Vancouver power play is 18th in the National Hockey League, and they will be facing the best penalty killing unit in the Calgary Flames. And one of the strengths of the Flames are their special teams. First in penalty killing and second in the power.
2:16 the time of the penalty. Poplinski high sticking. Vancouver, they know if they're going to have any success against the Flames, they need to get a jump early in the hockey game. They have an opportunity now with a man advantage. Flames will send them back.
A bit of a change in strategy here. Bob McCammon has Paul Reinhart playing the right wing. and he'll be the forward on the side of the offensive zone. Let's see how that works.
Lidster feeds the pass to center. The Canucks go in. Linden was in front of the net but didn't get a pass. And it's cleared back down again. Nordmark churning. Coming out. Pass to Lidster, moving it up behind the Calgary net. Nyquist trying to clear it and failed. Kept in by Lidster. Tried to set up Skriko. Couldn't do it. Linden got it back to the line. Into the corner again. Reinhart tried to center it. Comes back near the blue line, and the Flames. Nyquist gets it up to Mullen. Mullen across the line, going in. Takes a shot. Mullen always dangerous. Number 7 for the Flames. Coming back is Murzin. He miscued, trying to clear it out. And the Flames get it out across the line into the center ice area with 45 seconds left on the penalty. Hooked in there again. McGinnis cut back. He failed to get it out of the zone. He took a swipe at it very quickly. Tandy tried to center it along the boards into the corner. Greg Adams moved it to the other side, back to the line. Butcher's shot. He kept it in. Butcher again, and he couldn't keep it in this time. And Nordmark has to come back with 20 seconds left in the power play. So far, the Flames have shown great penalty killing. You can expect that. Lube breaks away with one back. Deflected by Reinhart. And it's into the sea of red in behind Kirk McLean.
Håkan Loob is on an 8-game point streak as he finished the year with 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points, and he was the 3rd highest goal scorer on this powerful Calgary hockey team. Bob McCammon, the coach of the Vancouver Canucks, certainly, in my opinion, should get some votes for Coach of the Year in the National League. His major competition coming from 30 feet away, Terry Crisp, and 2,500 miles away, Pat Burns in Montreal.
Only 9 seconds left in Koplinski's penalty. Joe Nieuwendyk is 25, and he's on there now. McCrimmon, the defenseman, will move up on the right side on this faceoff.
I'm sure Terry Crisp warned his players all week. Don't be looking beyond the horizon to the second round. It could cause all kinds of troubles.
At the blue lines, Suter's shot is blocked. Lube after it. Suter stops it at center ice. Lost it right there. Grabbed by Stern. He was nailed at the blue line, but I believe there's going to be another penalty. McCrimmon and Adams bumped together after the play had been called. But the referee, Denny Morrell, is calling another penalty against the Flames, and Suter is going off. So another power play opportunity for the Vancouver Canucks.
Here it is, sir, the Toshiba I was telling you about. Beautiful, isn't it?
It's awfully big.
Does big jobs. Word processing, spreadsheets, networking.
It's awfully big.
It's a Toshiba, biggest selling portable computer family in Canada.
It's awfully big.
Big on reliability. Best price performance.
It's awfully...
It's a Toshiba portable. The best.
It's awfully small.
Yeah, but it has inner bigness.
Gary Suter, who missed 17 games getting over an appendectomy, tackles the Vancouver player there to draw the second penalty of this hockey game early in the first period.
Reinhart and Nordmark are the 2 defensemen for Vancouver. Linden, Sandlak, and Skriko, the forwards on this power play, and Nordmark swings back to Reinhart. Reinhart across center, and Nordmark will try to bring it in there. Throws it off to the right wing, Sandlak. Top one in front, a quick shot in front, and Vernon was sensational on that play. Mike Vernon saving the day for now for the Calgary Flames with a very huge save. The puck was loose right in front of him, and he had to be great, and he was. Reinhart gets the pass away to Linden. Linden, a clever playmaker along the boards. Gets it loose, tried to pass it back. Reinhart takes it at the blue line. Pass ahead to Linden. Reinhart shot, deflected off the net. Missed by 20 feet on the deflection. And the Flames shoot it down the ice.
Reinhardt on the point because he can carry the puck after it's iced.
It is Grieco trying to go in, trying to jam it back in front. He couldn't one-arm it out. He was covered by Merzen. Reinhardt stops it at the blue line. Nordmark shot, deflected in front of Vernon again. Has to come up big. The Canucks are getting their chances, folks, early in the game. They're nearing the 6-minute mark and 54 seconds left in the penalty against Calgary.
Vernon was lucky on that one. He got knocked down as the puck went to the point. And here's the careless play Vernon made, but watch the save he makes. 1 and then 2 to save a goal that he would have caused. And then on the next play, Vernon has to make a stop lying down. Here's the same play again. Look at this stop. 2 great chances, and the Canucks could really tighten down the screws defensively if they could ever get a lead.
Mel Bridgman is number 28. He's on with Greg Adams, number 8. And Tanny, who's been in a major slump for Vancouver. 54 seconds left in the power play. And it's going to be cleared out by Patterson down the ice. McLean watching the puck bounce off the boards to Reinhardt. The veteran starts away. Reinhardt to center, a pass through to Bridgman. He didn't see it. And it's down the ice and icing as McCown picks it up. The faceoff will be back in the Vancouver zone.
Well, the Canucks have had 2 opportunities here, 2 power plays in the first 5 minutes of the game to get the lead. And they probably more than any team in the league needs to play even or ahead because of the lack of offense. If they get behind and have to open up at all, it's not what they do very well. So Bob McCammon must be disappointed that his team couldn't cash in, although they have 35 seconds left on this second power play opportunity, the first period of the first game.
Gilmore, number 39 on the draw. Couldn't win it, though. Reinhardt steps behind the net. Adams goes to his left. Reinhardt will skate slowly out. Now coming out, gives it Adams. Look out. He was lined up by Netris, who just missed him. Adams saw him in time. Adams going after it in the corner and getting some help from Mel Bridgman. Bridgman tried to feed it back to him, but could not do it. Gilmore comes in, sweeps it away, and it goes down the ice. With Mullen moving up, McLean figured he'd better get out, and he did. Good move. Reinhardt coming in. Reinhardt plays it to Bridgman, and to Reinhardt. Rebound, score! The Vancouver Canucks get the first goal. Greg Adams getting the rebound and lifting one over Mike Vernon. It's 1-0.
Well, Reinhardt made the play right here on the rush, but watch number 7, Joe Mullen. He does not do a good job right here as the trailing back checker on Greg Adams. And Adams picks up a loose puck after Bridgman just tossed it carelessly at the net. And the Vancouver Canucks have got one thing they want, the first goal of this series.
The time of the goal, 6:21. And it's 1-0. Tandy and Reinhardt assisted on the goal by Greg Adams. Here's Sutter now. No room to move down on the right side. And the Flames shoot it back in. Nearing the 7-minute mark. Early lead for the Vancouver Canucks. Here's Lube. He couldn't get the puck out to Roberts. Roberts waiting back in the net. Lundek is out front. And the pass just cut by him. He was checked. Had his stick moved a little bit and couldn't handle it. And it goes all the way down the ice. McGinnis starting away. His pass knocked down by Reinhardt, a prominent figure for the Vancouver Canucks so far in this first period. Reinhardt.
In Canada, when someone moves into a place of their own, a traditional gathering is held. It's called a housewarming. Molson Canadian. The clean, cold taste of a genuine Canadian beer. What beer's all about.
In Montreal, the Canadiens have opened up a 3-goal lead on Hartford in the third period of their Adams Division semifinal. Bobby Smith, who scored earlier, this time set up Mats Naslund on a power play, and 8:02 into the third, it's 5-2 Canadiens. Bob?
Okay, Scott, and Scott will be keeping us up to date on these other games. Another half hour. Edmonton and LA will be underway. McLean makes an easy save and was flipped right into him. And the tempers are, well, I think they're rather calm at the moment. They know this is big business.
Well, young Fleury, number 14 for Calgary, is a bit of a disturber. And he went in and gave the goaltender an extra little poke. That's McClellan, the big left winger that the North Stars gave the Flames about a month ago.
Fleury, number 14. A pepper pot, as they say, for the Calgary Flames. He is a beauty indeed. Adams gets in front of the net and couldn't jam it in. Puck up along the boards, and Suter tried to check two Canucks and couldn't do that. Stern feeds it back to the goal. Suter takes it for Calgary and throws it past to Hunter. Gets it through center ice to Fleury. He gets in over the line, dropped the pass. The Clemens shot is blocked. And it'll be cleared out by Butcher. Up the center, dumped in by Stern, high, a little too high. And it got over the glass into the crowd behind Mike Vernon.
Well, Theoren Fleury, 13 points in his last 9 games. He was recalled on New Year's Day, 1989, from the Salt Lake farm team in the International League, and he has been a real asset to the Calgary Flames. A little guy who plays a big game.
Well, he burned it up down there. They had no choice but to call him up to see how things would work. Just fine, thank you very much. He's only 5'6".
That's with the skates on, Bob, too.
160 pounds.
He's a tough little guy with some great offensive skills.
Linden again with Skriko and Sandlak for Vancouver. They shoot it in. Matt Bristol come behind the net for Calgary. 1-0. The Canucks lead it. Pass off the boards, gets all the way down the ice. And coming back to pick it up. Center field! Just like that. Milnick coming back, and it looked like a real soft one, but Hummer was there and wacko.
Jimmy Poplinski made the play with his forecheck on Melnick, who gave the puck up. Right here, he's got lots of time. I don't know what he's thinking. He tries the reverse on him. And the next thing you know, it's out to Hunter. And Mark Hunter puts it in to tie the game up on Calgary's first opportunity of any consequence on Kirk McLean, who had no chance on the goal.
8:24 of the time. So a little giveaway inside the Vancouver line. And Hunter gets the goal. Otto and Poplinski assisted. Bridgman now for Vancouver. Rink-wide pass goes to Stray. Merson is coming back. Adams in to watch him. Merson got away from that check. Starts back for the Flames. They look more alive now. Otto shoots it in. McLean stepping out of the net to stop it. This is Bridgman. Rink-wide pass down to Tandy. Couldn't hang on to it. Lidster backs up. Now Sneps gets the pass away. Mullen nearly stole it. Now Mullen takes the pass and goes in. Mullen breaking for the net. Threw it right through the crease. Nobody could get close to it in time. And the Canucks shoot it out. This is McCrimmon playing it away. Long shot by McCrimmon, a hard one too. And McLean stopped that. 1-1 tie. Nearing the halfway mark of the first. Butcher slow and moving it out. Flames are pressing now. Lube got in front, but Reinhart was there also. Trying to get away from Lube. Tough chore. Sutter giving chase. Roberts got it back. McCrimmon again moved it out to Roberts coming in. Flipped it right into the netminder. McLean, an easy save. Smeal dropped it behind his own net. Butcher gets away from Roberts. Starting to get a little rough out there now. Sutter bumping near center ice with McCrimmon. Suter is turning for Calgary. Gets it away. McClellan couldn't get the pass. Nordmark brings it up over the line. Stern couldn't quite handle it. Hit the side of the net, though. Now it's center to Stern. Drilled the shot. And Vernon made the good save again. Point-blank range. Stern had it lined up and was stopped. Fleury trying to go in. He was knocked down. Fans don't like that. Napras kept it onside. Maybe it was offside. It was at the blue line, and the play is stopped as the linesmen have to get in there quickly again.
649, please.
You want to play the extra?
Extra, extra. Say yes to the extra.
What?
You want to play the extra number?
Say yes.
Yes. Why?
For $1 more, you can play the extra with Lotto 649. You can win $500,000 more. And you can even win with one number right. But you only play if you want to.
Hey, that's great. But I love your little friend, too.
Friend? Hello? 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 Hello?
Extra, extra. Say yes to the extra.
In Pittsburgh, Paul Coffey has scored twice for the Penguins, and now the Penguins have extended their lead over the Rangers on a goal by Dan Quinn. Quinn converting a centering pass by Bob Froese. Froese something of a surprise starter in goal for the New York Rangers on this night. Many thought John Van Beesbrook would score, or would start, I should say. It's 3-1 Pittsburgh in this Patrick Division Series. Bob?
Thank you, Scott Oak. Adams has scored for Vancouver. Mark Hunter has replied for Calgary. We're tied at 1 with 9:05 left in the opening period. Linden squaring off just outside the line against Poplinski. Snaps along his own blue line. Chopped away by Skriko on the right side. Linden is moving up on the play. Couldn't knock down the pass, though. Vernon stepping out of the net to clear it away. Otto goes over to try and move it out. Skriko going after his man behind the net. Here comes Snaps. Poplinski hit him hard. Snap staying on his skates, trying to knock it into the corner. Linden tapped it down, takes a drive, and he missed with a low shot, not by much. Poplinski coming out of the zone, up through the middle. The pass back in. Hunter again, kicked away by McLean. Poplinski got the rebound and couldn't quite connect. Canucks dump it in. 1-1 is the score. A little over 8 minutes remaining in the period. This is Doug Gilmour coming in on that left wing. Gilmour stick handling through on a sharp angle. The goaltender hit the post and knocked the net off the magnet.
Accidentally, so there'll be no penalty. Doug Gilmour tried a real bad angle shot to see if he could catch McLean napping, and he couldn't. And as McLean made the save, he knocked the puck off its moorings. Doug Gilmour, 4 goals, 7 assists in his last 9 games. And this is his 50th playoff game. Here's Hunter. Watch Poplinski go to the net, and a nice job by 26 Petri Skriko to tie Poplinski up so he didn't have that big fat rebound to try and put behind McLean.
Calgary with Patterson, Gilmour, and Mullen left to right. Line up as Reinhart takes it behind the net. Gilmour chased him. Patterson comes in for checking. But it's being cleared out by Reinhart to center. He fired one in for Adams. Vernon out of the net, dumping it high on the glass. 3 players collide along the boards. And the puck is up on top of the boards at the far side, so they called it.
Well, one of the things that the Vancouver Canucks are going to have to contend with, and it's magnified with 4 games coming up in the next 5 nights, and that is the size of the Calgary forwards. When they forecheck physically and when they go to the net without the puck, they really cause the opposition a lot of trouble. You look at Tony Tanny there, who's gone 16 games without a goal, and his production really had drop-off has really hurt the Vancouver Canucks.
Adams trying to dig it out. Tandy is in there with him, and Gilmour has his man covered. Adams got loose, though. The pass intercepted, and Mullen is coming back with Patterson. Mullen trying to step around the defense and can't do it. He was stopped by Butcher, but there's going to be a penalty against Vancouver. And this #1 power play overall in the National Hockey League will be going to work.
So, you proof the specs?
About 87 times.
I guess we're ready.
Yeah.
Let's fax it over.
Sure.
In the world of Canadian, we know the power of the entrepreneurial spirit. The same force motivated us to create a network spanning 5 continents, and we're going to continue to grow long into the future because our world revolves around you.
Garth Butcher makes a great defensive play on Joe Mullen. And Reinhardt is a little unlucky in that penalty as Patterson, number 11, tripped on his own and slid into Reinhardt. But Denny Morrell thought Reinhardt did the tripping. I don't think he did.
Big face-off inside the Vancouver line. Nieuwendyk, 25. Pass comes back to McGinnis. McGinnis doesn't shoot it from there. The drive from the blue line on the underside. The rebound is set up. Fleury will get another chance. Bet it off Sutter's skate, who's without a stick now. There's short 2 in there. Sutter roaming around without a stick. McGinnis plays it into Nieuwendyk. Back to McGinnis. Took the pass on his skate. Nieuwendyk again. Moving up a step now to the far side. Fleury coming in. Back to McGinnis. Uncorks the shot. Lane got a piece of it. Was deflected away from the net. And the Canucks shoot it down the ice.
Well, out of a tragedy, that is Gary Suter missing 17 games. Calgary had to find a new point man, and they found a good one in number 14, Theoren Fleury.
McGinnis shoots it in. It's off the boards for Butcher. Butcher couldn't move it out. Lube turning, getting it back to the line. Fleury waits. He's a good puck control artist. Fleury, number 14, stopping the onrushing Canucks again. Now it's Fleury turning around at center. Otto was there with him, but Snaps had him covered. 40 seconds left on the power play for Calgary. McLean going back to the net to stop it for Snaps. He'll try to clear it, but McGinnis kept it into Gilmore. Gilmore along the boards into the corner. Gilmore picking it up again. Gilmore trying to keep it in and can't do it. And the puck is cleared all the way down the ice. Now 25 seconds left on the power play. Fleury coming back up. Left wing pass. It's ripped right in on the net by Gilmore. That's an easy save, and the puck now cleared into the crowd. And only 13 seconds remaining in the power play for Calgary.
Well, Kirk McLean has got a little busier lately. At one time the shots were 8-1 for Vancouver, but now they're 11-9 for Calgary. Tied for 3rd in the National League in shutouts. And he had 2 great streaks this year, Bob. One 7-gamer where he only allowed 14 goals against, and one 6-gamer where he only allowed 9 goals against.
One more big face-off inside the Vancouver line. Score tied 1-1.
There's backup goalie Steve Weeks, who's also had an excellent season, and the Canucks have been blessed with great goaltending this year.
Otto slow getting the stick down. He's waved down. Puklinski comes in. Boy, they're taking their time lining them up for these face-offs. Lidster around the net, tried to move it out. The Canucks get it down the ice. That'll just about kill the penalty. One more shot, but this is offside. That certainly will kill the penalty now. Only 3 seconds left on it.
Well, not since 1971 has the regular season champion been knocked out of the playoffs in the first round. Montreal did it. And, of course, Calgary was right up there fighting Montreal tooth and nail, and finally on the last weekend managed to end first. So this would be, as I said in the opening, a gigantic upset if the Vancouver Canucks could ever pull it off. This is the kind of game they like, though. Not a lot of chances. Play it safe and see if you can talk the other team into making an error.
5.5 minutes left in the period. Suter dancing to center. Plays it in. Hunter was stopped from moving up the net. They have to hustle to get back on side now, allowing Lidster to go back for it. He shoots it off the glass and got it out, but Fleury knocked it down at center. Stick handles him back over the line. Took a shot, a good hard one. And McLean had the angle covered. Fleury knocked him down again. Oh, McLean Stop that low shot. Bridgman brings it back the other way, but he stalled at the blue line, and Adams went in. Offside. Another pretty good ship for Theron Fleury. Number 14 for Calgary. He gets him going.
He made a great save there. The second shot by Fleury, the one that he took after intercept Harold Snep's pass. Watch this one. Right with his left foot. That was a low shot that was labeled. And Kirk McLean has looked sharp, especially in the last 7 or 8 minutes where he's had to contend with about a dozen shots.
Suter's pass. Fleury had to hurry that one off the boards near center. Now McCrimmon steps up with it. Shoots it in. Nordmark takes it away from his goaltender. Kept in by Suter, though, on the boards. Tandy covered him. 3 players flat over there. Hunter got back up, trying to knock it away with his skate. Adams roots at it. Hunter is covered. The puck comes loose, but they had called the play. Hasseltine, the linesman over there, had called it, even though it did finally come loose.
We're the color of the future, the color of your dreams. All across the country, we're showing you how much it means. We're showing you our colors, colors tried and true. Each and every day we're coming through for you. NRS, we're showing you our colors. NRS,
National Real Estate Service.
Bob Cole with Harry Neal and Scott Oak at the Olympic Saddle Dome at Calgary for Game 1 of this Smythe Division semifinals. Game 2 tomorrow night, and then for Games 3 and 4 to Vancouver, Saturday and Sunday. Bradley comes back near his own blue line to pick it up for the Canucks. Shoots it along the boards. Stern going in there after it, but the goaltender Vernon coming out. He could not clear it by everybody on that far side. Roberts chopped at it. It got across the line to center ice. 4 minutes remaining in the period. Canucks shoot it back in again. Napra's back of the net. Napra's long pass going astray and stopped by Butcher. He played it up to the line, and McCown sends it in, but Lube was offside, and the play is called. More update action for you, and here's Scott Oak.
Bob, in Montreal, the Canadians are storming to victory over Hartford. Late in the third period, Brian Scrudman snapped a low wrist shot past Kay Whitmore, the rookie, in goal for the Whalers. 6-2 Canadians over Hartford, and 6 different players have scored for Montreal in this Adams Division Series.
Scott, that is not surprising, really. On Saturday past, when I was in the Forum to do the Philadelphia Canadians game, the Canadians looked just a mite overconfident and flat, and you knew that Pat Burns was going to fire them up. Obviously, he has succeeded.
Ronnie Stern recalled from Milwaukee, where he had 19 goals in 45 games and 200 penalty minutes, and he's delivered about 3 big-time body checks early in this game.
Snaps. Fed a pass ahead to Adams. He'll have to go back and try it again with the help of Lidster around the net. He takes over. Lidster played it on the boards. Nearly gave it away inside the line. Lidster again to Snaps now. Snaps gets it to Adams. He is lined up, but he just saw Napra's in time. Hunter is coming in there. A shot went high, deflected over the net. Hunter behind the goal, trying to center it to Poplinski. It didn't work. There's a penalty coming up, though. It'll be against Calgary as the Canucks shoot it down the ice. The penalty has been called, and it's another hooking penalty, this one to Poplinski.
Шум. Ну почему столько шума?
Not very long ago, the Soviet Union got its first taste of Pepsi. And while it may be just a coincidence,
Почему ты так одет?
a lot of refreshing changes have been taking place ever since.
Вот эти.
Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Юрочка, не бери в голову.
24, Jim Poplinski reaches over and trips Doug Lidster right there to give the Vancouver Canucks the 3rd power play opportunity of the first period with 3:07 left.
And the score tied 1-1. Adams had scored for Vancouver at 6:21. 2 minutes and 3 seconds later, Mark Hunter tied it for Calgary Flames. So now another power play for the Canucks. Greg Adams skates to center ice. He has Bridgman with him and Tandy on the other wing. Nordmark and Reinhardt on the defense for Vancouver. Puck in Hasseltine, the linesman. Now Reinhardt goes behind the net. And he has been leading these power play attacks, carefully wedging the puck through for Tandy into the corner. Tandy goes in to give some help, and around the net is Jamie McCown coming out. 3 Flames. Pass into Gilmore. He's going in. Stopping, gets it back. And McLean had to be good to stop Mullins' low drive. And made a big catch at the far side and gets a hand. McLean was sharp again.
A 3-on-2 when the Calgary Flames were shorthanded on a nice play by Greg Adams, number 8 for Vancouver, who fought his way back to take it away.
Ron and Don will be with us in our first intermission on the Coach's Corner. And don't forget, we'll keep you posted on everything that's happening as the playoffs unwind tonight. A final, the Canadians win by 4 over Hartford. That's 4 goals tonight. Might be 4 games before very long. You never know. Canadians look good, though, to wrap it up in the Adams division matchup against Hartford. Up to center ice. Chopped in and across the line goes Bradley. Couldn't find too much room in there. Score tied at 1, and the Canucks on a power play. It's Linden taking it off the boards and back to Reinhardt. Pass to Nordmark. Nordmark slides one in off the boards. Into the corner, Bradley trying to get it back out. Flames Patterson is on it, and he made a good play to get it out of the zone with less than 2 minutes remaining in the period. Laid in by Bradley to Reinhardt, into Linden. Linden trying to get his way free in front of the net. Back to the line, Nordmark to Reinhardt. Reinhardt to Nordmark, look out! Here's the shot! Rebound! Oh, it was on the open side, and Vernon saw it in time and came diving from the far side. And he made another big save.
What a great play by Reinhardt to fake the shot when it came out to the point and slide it over to Nordmark, who had all kinds of time to make the shot. There's the pass. 3 Canucks in front. And Skriko was knocked out of the way by number 5, Dana Merzen, or he might have put that rebound in. But a beautiful pass by one of the best passers in the National Hockey League, Paul Reinhardt. And a nice defensive play, as I mentioned, by number 5 to get Petri Skriko, Vancouver's leading scorer this year, and has been the leading scorer for 2 of the last 4 seasons, from putting his team ahead 2-1.
Linden remains on for the Vancouver Canucks. We have another final to pass along to you. Pittsburgh defeating the New York Rangers 3-1.
Coffey had 2 goals, and Phil Esposito's finding coaching in the National League a little more difficult than he anticipated.
At the blue line, Reinhardt feeds a pass into the slot. Skriko couldn't get a shot. Canucks pass it back to the line. Nordmark faked the shot. Now he whipped it in along the boards. Side of the net, that's Bradley getting it back. Nordmark again. Reinhardt's turn now. Fake this shot again and put a pass in, but Gilmore was there to clear it down the ice with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the period. And the penalty is now over. Calgary killing another one. Skriko moving up across center before chopping it into the Calgary zone. We're into the final minute of the period. 1-1 is the score. Nieuwendyk turning around in his own zone to center. Down to Lube and a high pass that Lube just couldn't knock out of the air. Along the boards, 2 Flames battling to keep it in. Nieuwendyk is one of them. It got by him to the line, and McCrimmon slapped it in. Lube is circling the net. Gets to the Nieuwendyk. Shot kicked away by McLean, but Nieuwendyk was set up. He was all alone. 30 seconds to play in the period. And the Flames organizing again. Pass into Lube, and he has to roll it up to the line where Snep's got it. Lube again intercepted. Nieuwendyk shoots it in. McLean stopping it as it came off the boards. Here is Snep's. Pass ahead to Sutter on his skate. He had trouble with it. Sutter going in with Bozak. 8 seconds left in the period. Bozak trying to center it. And Vernon had to be careful with that last shot of the period. And he was careful to knock it down, covering on the short side.
Well, the Vancouver Canucks have got what they wanted. They get out of the first period alive, and they can thank Kirk McLean, who in the last 10 minutes of the first period made 6 excellent stops as the Calgary Flames got a little upset with the way they were being dominated early in the period. And Mike Vernon, because of the 3 power play situations, had to be sharp in the Calgary net.
The shots on goal of the period were by Calgary 16 and by Vancouver 11. Adams and Hunter exchanging goals in the first 20 minutes. And the score at the end of the first period, the Calgary Flames 1, the Vancouver Canucks 1.
Price. We know how important that is. We also know that the guaranteed lowest price isn't always your best deal. At United Carpet, we have the united buying power of over 40 stores, giving you the best prices on trusted brand name floor covering, carpet, and blinds. Price. At United Carpet, there is a difference.
Experience the difference, United Carpet.
Broken windshield? Speedy Auto Glass will replace it quickly, professionally, and guaranteed. But not all have to be replaced. Most chipped windshields can be repaired with Speedy's Glass Medic system. Now you see it? Now you don't. And best of all, it'll save you a lot of money. So for glass repair or replacement, come to Speedy Auto Glass.
Speedy Auto Glass, at Speedy we care.
Here's a list of things you don't have to worry about when you rent. Maintenance and repair, storage, obsolescence, capital outlay, hidden costs. When you rent, you get the right equipment for the job for as long as you need it. And when you're done, you don't have to give it another thought. Servicing contractors, homeowners, and industry, these 3 locally owned and operated rental shops can look after all the details for you. So whatever you're looking for, give them a call. Mainline Rentals, Fall Road, Kelowna. Win Rentals, Keene Road, Kelowna. And Westside Rentals, Highway 97 South.
Windshields. Have you ever considered where we'd be without them?
It's getting a little windy up front here. This kind of shower with a friend is no fun at all. And those unexpected hazards, whew!
Once you realize the importance of your windshield, you'll know why you should take it to a first-class glass shop. For most cars and light trucks, windshields of the finest quality can be replaced in less than an hour. And the special treatment they give the rest of your car is on the house. It's all first-class glass at Morgan's Glass Vernon, Competition Glass Kelowna, and Precision Glass Penticton.
Hi, Lloyd Dalbus, sir. Look, I know you're busy, you don't have to entertain me, but I'll tell you a couple things about myself. I'm 19, I'm an athlete, so I rarely drink. Kickboxing, you ever heard of kickboxing, sport of the future? I can see by your face, no. My point is you can relax because your daughter will be safe with me for the next 7 to 8 hours, sir.
Hi.
Whoa.
Say anything.
Opens Friday, April 14th at a theater near you. Check local listings.
CBC.
Welcome back to Calgary's Olympic Saddledome in the Stanley Cup playoffs 1989. The Vancouver Canucks strategy is to keep it close against the Calgary Flames, and they certainly did that in the first period. It's 1-1 after 20 minutes. The tie has lots to do with the goaltending of Vancouver's Kirk McLean. Let us update you now on out-of-town scores. On the scoreboard then, Montreal Canadiens have 23 Stanley Cups. They began the chase for another in these playoffs tonight, heavily favored over Hartford in their Adams Division semifinal, and they justified that role with a 6-2 win. The Canadiens, known as a well-rounded team, they were that tonight with goals from 6 different players. In the other Adams Division semifinal, the Boston Bruins, who couldn't beat the Buffalo Sabres all season, don't look like they will tonight. It is 6-0 Buffalo in the third period of play. That would be a one-sided and demoralizing loss for the Bruins in their own building. Last year, the Boston Bruins were Stanley Cup finalists. In the Patrick Division, the first-place Washington Capitals went into the playoffs on a late-season surge sparked by their major trade with Minnesota. They have a 1-goal lead now over the Philadelphia Flyers in the third period of play. Took him 5 seasons, and at last tonight, Mario Lemieux made his playoff debut, but he was overshadowed by Paul Coffey. Coffey's 2 goals give Pittsburgh a 3-1 win over the Rangers. And if you count the last 2 games, Rangers are 0-3 now with Phil Esposito as their coach. In the Norris Division semifinals, Detroit, which finished 16 points in front of Chicago during the season, won the opener 3-2 in Detroit. Minnesota North Stars are without their top scorer Dave Gagne in their semifinal against the St. Louis Blues, who were 8-2 to finish the season. It is 2-1 Minnesota in the second period. And up next, it's Coach's Corner, live on CBC. This is Molson Hockey Night in Canada.
Thick, green, and beautiful. The perfect lawn from CIL. SCU. An exclusive CIL formula guaranteed to give you quick green up and a perfect lawn. SCU time releases nitrogen slowly to keep your lawn thick and green for over 2 full months. So Golf Green keeps feeding your lawn long after many other fertilizers have quit. This spring, give your lawn all the long-lasting nutrients it needs. Get Golf Green with SCU from CIL.
This is how our engineers conceived the economical new Festiva. Of course, they wanted it to look, distinguished. And they wanted it to be spacious. But they also wanted it to be very, very compact. The very new, very compact Festiva. At Ford and Mercury dealers.
Now, when you pull into an Esso station, you're going to get something new. Something with improved cleaning power. Something that is designed for better performance. A premium gasoline. A premium gasoline that can help deliver peak performance in cars that demand more than regular. Announcing the launch of new Esso Supreme gasoline.
Шум. Ну почему столько шума?
Not very long ago, the Soviet Union got its first taste of Pepsi. And while it may be just a coincidence, a lot of refreshing changes have been taking place ever since. Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Юрочка, не бери в голову.
You're looking sharp. You're looking good. You've come so far. And we know how to make the most of who you are. Father to son. It's what we've always done. Gillette.
The Gillette Atra Plus system with the Lubra Smooth strip for the best a man can get.
Opening. No,
Hey, let's play the opening over and over again.
The glare from your teeth is going to kill us in this segment. That is a nice opening. Playoff picks from Don Cherry, opening night of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and let's start in the East and work west against the wind your way. And begin with Pittsburgh, New York Rangers.
Well, you know, if anybody says they can predict this playoffs, they're absolutely nuts, and I'll tell you why. For the first time, I think in about 15 years, anybody can win it. It used to be Edmonton, Islanders, Montreal. Now, anybody can win it. Now, who is it? Pittsburgh.
But Montreal and Calgary were so far ahead. How can you say that?
No, everything's open right now, not like the old days.
Rangers, Penguins.
All right, here we go. The Penguins first. Mario's going to score 1 million goals. He's going to have a good playoff. Brown's going to have a good playoff. Coffey's going to have a good playoff. The problem with them, Barrasso. Is he going to be ready? He let in 9 goals a couple of weeks ago. He's got a bad shoulder. I don't know if he's going to be ready. What's happened to New York Rangers with Phil? Disrupting, firing Bergeron. I don't know. Van Briesbroek's playing lousy. That's been their problem right off the bat, Van Briesbroek. I'm picking Pittsburgh.
Okay, we got to go quicker. Philadelphia, Washington.
Philadelphia, Washington, because they're a better team.
Let's go to the Adams Division, Hartford, Montreal.
Hartford, Montreal in 6 because they're a better team.
Your old team against Buffalo.
Well, now this is tough, you know. Let me just tell you, Linsman's out, Byers is out, all these tough, Miller's gone, all their toughness is gone. Boston has not won a game against Buffalo. 5-0-3, that's why I'm picking the Bruins.
Or Montreal, for that matter. In the Norris division, Detroit looks to be in trouble against the Hawks, or do you think so?
Yes, the Hawks somehow or other got Detroit's number. I don't know what they does. Must be that stadium or something. I don't know what they got, but anyhow, I'm still going to go with Detroit. Eiserman's too much. He's going to come through in the playoffs. Demers is going to be there, and Stefan's going to play great.
So you'll take Detroit. St. Louis, Minnesota?
You know, St. Louis, everybody, you know, every St. Louis, I get out, who cares and everything like that. Sutter's got him playing like a Sutter. McKegney wants to float a little, sit in the stands. Hall wants to float a little, sit in the stands. They're playing like a Sutter. I'll take St. Louis. They're going to cause a lot of teams a lot of trouble.
He benched McKegney for 4 games, and McKegney came back, scored a goal in 3 straight games, and it helped the Blues, no question about that. Now, let's move west. Calgary Flames, I endorse that opinion.
Thank you very much.
Calgary Flames against the Canucks.
Well, listen, Bob McCammon in the vote for Coach of the Year. He's turned that team around. I like Linden.
But 43 points apart in the standings.
That's right. We've 11 go. I'll just tell you, Calgary will beat them, but it won't be an easy time for them. I'll tell you that because they've got a good grinding club.
And the big series in 30 seconds, Kings and Oilers.
Well, Kings and Oilers, they've still got the best goaltender in the world. They've got Sailor. But one thing I don't understand, do the big guns on Edmonton want to beat L.A., like Gretzky wants to beat Sather and Pocklington? I'm still going to go with my buddy Sather. And Fury, you better play a little better than you've been playing lately. You've been playing lousy. Come back and play in the playoffs and show them.
Grapes expectations. This is Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC and the Stanley Cup playoffs.
The right time, right beer, Coors Light, it's right here.
Catch the light, bright taste, Coors Light.
Hold on to the silver bullet, it's the right beer now.
Take a look at a sleek, dynamic compact. Feel the power from the fingertip controls to the road gripping treads. Grab hold and see how this baby rips up the road. The Caterpillar backhoe loader. One tough machine that's surprisingly easy to own.
Get a Cat backhoe loader for as low as 8.9% financing OAC at Finning, your Caterpillar dealer.
I've got the surveillance photos here, number 6. This thing is really big. Look, Vancouver, Toronto, Halifax. It's everywhere. More than half the Diet Coke drinkers who received taste packs said they prefer the taste of Diet Pepsi.
It's a Diet Pepsi taste drive. Number 14. Isn't this your wife?
What? My wife? Change to Diet Pepsi.
We designed the new Festiva so you can personalize it any way you like for no extra cost. But we couldn't agree which way was best. So we agreed to leave it up to you. At Ford and Mercury dealers.
Air Canada's executive class. Convenience, comfortable, almost completely effortless. Some say it's the way business travel was meant to be.
Rocky Mountain Clear, Rocky Mountain Cold, Coors, Cold Gold.
On Street Legal, carry sex returns, but will it last? And an anti-abortionist activities cause a legal controversy.
You took away our chances for Babe.
Friday.
Our next game in this Smythe Division semifinal between the Calgary Flames and Vancouver Canucks tomorrow night is Game 2, 7:30 Mountain Time, 6:30 Pacific. On our out-of-town scoreboard, Montreal Canadiens had early trouble with Whaler goaltender Kay Whitmore, but they got to him in plenty of time. 6-2 the final score in that Adams Division semifinal opener. In the other Adams Division semifinal, the Bruins being beaten badly by the Buffalo Sabres in their own building at 6-0 in the third period. On to the Patrick Division, the Washington Capitals get the early lead on the Philadelphia Flyers. This is supposed to be the Capitals' year to get out of their division. Mario Lemieux did not score in his playoff debut, but Paul Coffey had 2 for the Penguins in a 3-1 win over the Rangers. In the Norris Division semifinals, Detroit takes the opener from Chicago, 3-2 the final score, and the Minnesota North Stars facing the St. Louis Blues, who were hot to close out the regular schedule. It's tied at 2 in the second period. Here at the Saddle Dome, we're set for the second period. Let's rejoin Bob Cole and Harry Neal.
And the shots on these fellows in the first period, 16 by Calgary and 11 by Vancouver, a goal apiece. Greg Adams scoring at 6:21 and at 8:24. Mark Hunter tied it up for the Calgary Flames.
Kirk McLean had to make 15 of his 16 saves after the 8-minute mark of the first period. So the Flames are coming alive. And if you give them 16 shots a period, they're going to have more goals than you want to contend with by the end of the game.
Gilmore, Patterson, and Mullen starting. Bozak, Smeal, and Sutter for Vancouver. Pass through to Gilmore. He's cutting in on the first surge toward the Vancouver net. Broken up, though, and cleared to the line. Not out. Kept in by Gilmore. He set it up to Mullen. A backhander didn't get through. It was blocked by Butcher. Another shot from in front by Patterson. And the Flames come out in a hurry at the start of the second period. Reinhardt goes behind the net. Pass ahead to Smeal. He was stopped. Reinhardt again. Played it on the boards and cannot get it out. Into the corner. It's centered. And a penalty coming up. Patterson was dropped by Butcher. And he was given a shove. And there's going to be a Vancouver penalty to Garth Butcher.
Well, the Calgary Flames put a lot of heat and used their physical size to challenge the defensive zone coverage of the Vancouver Canucks. And Garth Butcher finally dragged number 11 Patterson down right here to get the penalty. Butcher leads his team in penalties and has done that for 5 consecutive years. A tough customer and a guy who's really developed into a valuable defenseman in this year after taking quite a while to it.
Only 49 seconds into the period, and the Calgary Flames find themselves in a position to take the lead for the first time in the game. Big Nieuwendyk comes on for Calgary. Oaken Lube gets it back. Fleury shot. Here comes Lube. He missed by 6 feet. Played in by McGinnis. On the boards, Nieuwendyk. He took a drive. McLean got a piece of it, and he got his skate out just in time to kick one away from Hokenlube. Another great save by McLean. Calgary on the move again. McGinnis brings it to center before shooting it in. McLean got a piece of it, trying to stop it. Linden couldn't pick it up. Fleury up the line, feeds a pass to Lube, back to the other side. The long shot is blocked by Sneps. I don't know, but it hurt him. He went down in a hurry as McGinnis uncorked one. And the veteran, Harold Sneps, is slow getting up.
I can tell you one thing. If Sneps spends any time on the ice, he's hurt. Somehow he gets off, and he took the Al McInnes shot on the leg. And he's not feeling too well as trainer Larry Ashley is out to take a look at him. Harold Sneps often kills the whole penalty. That's one of the strongest forts he has, and he's hurting now. And I guarantee you, I've never seen Sneps show this much pain of all the times that he's been hurt.
And you know, when you see McGinnis wind up to shoot it, you're looking at one of the hardest shots in the entire league.
Without question. And here it is right here. Harold Sneps will block the shot. Well, that wasn't the one. That was the... Here's the opportunity that... What a stop McLean made there as the puck came off the end of the rink on a weird bounce.
Suter now with McGinnis at the blue line. Mullen takes it on the boards. Throws it to the side of the net. All the way back to Suter again. Suter has to go ahead. Otto hangs onto it. Again, his pass was intercepted. Mullen picked it up and left it for Otto. Back, and again is winding up. Another bullet, and the Flames lead 2-1.
I think Joe Mullen tipped that in, but it was another rocket by Al McInnes. And the Calgary Flames on their power play, their strategy is simple. If you don't take the point shot away, this is what we'll do to you. And there is the tip right there. If you give us the point shot, we'll shoot it. If you come out and take it away, we'll make the inside play, and Joe Mullen tips it in.
They give it to McInnes from Otto and Mullen at 1:59. That was a power play goal for the Calgary Flames. And they lead for the first time 2-1. And they've certainly, Harry, taken charge right from the bell here in the second period.
Well, I think Joe Mullen got the goal, and when the officials have a look at the replays, I think they'll change it, but it may have gone in anyway if it was a rocket.
Here come the Flames again, and it's Suter to center ice. Tried to put one on the net from just across center and missed. Canucks try to get reorganized now. Shot from center goes in. The LA Edmonton game, we're told, has just started. We'll keep you posted on what's happening down there. We have been told that Rudy is not playing tonight. He is out with the flu.
If that's true, Bob, what a kick in the rear end to the LA Kings, who fought so hard to get the odd game at the Forum.
Well, they made a move to get a decent goalie. They got one in Rudy. And it's unfortunate he is not starting in the series for the Kings.
Well, here's the goal. I think Mullen tipped that. You can see right there. It may have been going in anyway, as I said, but Joe Mullen, he's got a real nose for the net. When the puck went out to his buddy McInnes, he headed for the goal, and McInnes let one go. And you saw McInnes had about 12, 15 feet to wind up, take a big step off the blue line, and let it go. And you're in deep trouble when you allow that.
Calgary Flames shooting puck down to the Vancouver zone. Reinhart back, taking it off the goaltender. Lube was giving chase. Reinhart shakes him off, hit the side of the net as he passed it back. Butcher gets it out of the zone, but the Flames are everywhere now. McCown coming down. Neuendijk through center, going in. Can't get a shot. It hit Reinhardt's stick. Roberts slapped at it. Roberts again kept it in. Flames keep coming. Now Stern just deflected one down the ice. Vernon out to stop it. He saw Skriko coming in. It's stolen. Vernon chopping at it. Gets away from the goal mouth at the blue line. Kept in. Nordmark's shot of week one. No problem. At the far side, Smeal on the boards, working into the corner and around the net. And Vernon out to stop it again, and he just flicked it up on the board. Hunter ran into his man, but it's centered. A good setup in front of the net. Canucks are pressing now. Smeal is dropped to the ice. Going to be a penalty. Another shot by Nordmark. He scores! Nordmark on the short side. And nullifying the penalty call, McLean had raced to the bench. They just did get another man on, but it turned out they didn't need him with Nordmark's shot.
Well, there was all kinds of action around the net, and finally Nordmark lets it go, and Mike Vernon, who had been knocked down, was having a heck of a time getting up. And it's a pretty hard shot from a bad angle, but Vernon wasn't ready. Look how deep in the net he was, and he wasn't square at all to the shooter. And Nordmark, Robert Nordmark, gets his first goal in his first playoff game as a National Hockey League player. What a trade that was that Pat Quinn pulled off to get Nordmark for Richter and St. Louis' second pick.
Nordmark at 4:20, and Lidster drew the assist on the tying goal for the Vancouver Canucks, and the Canucks are back in it after the sudden rush at the start of the second period by Calgary. The Canucks regrouped, and they were rewarded right there on the shot by Robert Nordmark. Merzen plays the puck out over the line. Through center is Hunter. Tried to hit Otto with the pass. Otto was flattened up on the boards behind the net. And the Vancouver Canucks get it out of the zone. Sandlak dumped it up to Linden. Linden coming in across the line, dropped it back. It's centered. Reinhardt pushed his shot in wide of the net. Linden couldn't play it. And the Flames get it out. Poplinski. Pass ahead. Might have been a 2-on-1 had Gilmore been able to pick it up. Gilmore going after the puck. Reinhardt was back to cover on him. Greg Adams tried to move it out of the zone for Vancouver. Failed to do it. Patterson kept it in. Now it's shot out to center ice. Merzen shoots it back in. 2-2 tie nearing the 6-minute mark of the second period. Suter moved up at the point, tried to pinch in, but the Canucks get it out and rolled across center. McCrimmon turns. Canucks changing. McCrimmon ahead. He saw Gilmore speeding in. Gilmore picks it up behind the net. Couldn't center it. Mullen gave it to Gilmore again. It was deflected away from him. Suter pinching in with Gilmore on the play. Reinhardt going the other way, and it gets out over the line. Flames, though, taking charge, passing it around. Intercepted at the blue line on that attempt to go in. Mullen circles all the way back. Up to Gilmore. He was given a shove, but gets the puck up into the Vancouver zone. Greg Adams around the net. And he was stopped right away by McClellan, but the puck goes all the way down to Vernon. Netras. He passed it ahead near center. Hunter tipped it into the zone. And they're going to call that icing against the Calgary Flames. We'll be back after this message.
Orchard Ford presents the 1989 Escort, the world's best-selling car, now at the best price anywhere. The 1989 Escort four-door sedan, deluxe interior, electric mirrors, stereo cassette, and air conditioning. $10,995 at Orchard Ford. $10,995. Better yet, the 89 Escort LX two-door 5-speed with air conditioning for just $99.95. And get 8.9 financing direct from Ford. Okanagan, where do you get the best car deals? Orchard Ford. Where else?
Chicken. On the road again. It's about ordinary people.
In Los Angeles at the Great Western Forum, the Kings have drawn first blood. Bernie Nichols took the shot, and Chris Kontos, who played in Europe much of the season, tipped it between his legs past Grant Fuhr, a power play goal. 1-0 Kings, just over a minute in.
Thanks, Scott. And we'll watch that game very closely for you. Canucks in with a shot was Sutter, blocked by Vernon. Flames shoot it down the ice. That is Nordmark racing back for it. McClellan coming in, trying to bump him, and he did. McClellan goes after the puck behind the net. Didn't get there in time. A penalty coming up. It'll be against Vancouver this time as they pick it up. Bozak touching it. And the play called. Not penalty.
This is a research laboratory. It tries and fails to make Castrol motor oil break down. It's the place where Castrol is torture tested to meet the requirements of those who punish motor oil the most. You. The everyday Canadian driver. Castrol XLR, the oil engineered for today's cars.
Have a look at the penalty here behind the net to Robert Nordmark, right there, as he tripped McClellan as McClellan was heading for the puck. Nordmark gives the Calgary Flames a power play opportunity. And the best news the Canucks have had in a while, Harold Sneps is back out killing this penalty off.
Buffalo surprising the Bruins. Many people thought they'd win, but by 6-0, I don't think so.
Boy, when you've got the extra game and you lose it 6-0, you're asking for trouble as they play tomorrow night, then head back to Buffalo for 2, where Buffalo's been pretty tough this season at home.
Calgary is already registered a power play goal tonight, and they have an opportunity for another. Here's McInnes. Rebound! Oh! Mullen the empty net, and he missed it. He had 51 on the season. He'd like that one back. Here it is. And this time, Sneps fell in front of him, but he can't get the puck out. Suter into the side of the net. McGinnis winding up with that big shot from the point again. He's still on there. Here's Suter with the puck at the blue line. Picked the shot, Mullen, who had a great chance with half the net open. Here's the shot kicked away. McGinnis coming in. Played it into Ottawa behind the net. Back to McGinnis again. Time to wind up. Can't shoot it. Suter drives it. That's deflected, missed to net. Good power play, though, for Calgary. Snaps was there. He intercepts it and clears it down the ice. 50 seconds left in this power play, and the Flames are on a move again. Getting it in. Hunter going after it. He is stopped. It's stopped at the blue line now. Lube, and he missed it. Rolls out his stick to center ice. Lube, the pass behind him. Sutter went after it and couldn't pick it up. He's one of the penalty killers on there with Steve Bozak for Vancouver. 24 seconds left in the power play. Suter bringing it out. He's to center ice and coming in. Sneps standing up there to meet him, and that stopped the Flames from going in. A good play by Big Harold Sneps. McGinnis rifles one in. It comes off the boards to Sutter. Bozak is there with him. Sutter tried to get it out and couldn't. But it's cleared down the ice anyway by Butcher. And the Flames were stalled on that power play attempt. Down the ice it goes, so icing called against Calgary. Good penalty killing by Vancouver on that last Calgary power play.
The amazing new Festiva is not only fun to drive, it's also remarkably easy to park the very remarkable Festiva. At Ford and Mercury dealers.
Here's a power play shot by McInnes, and look at no Canuck even in the picture. And watch the chance that number 7, Joe Mullen, misses. 51 goals all year. He wasn't going to get an easier one than that, but it looked like he hooked the shot. And you can't give this man, Al McInnes, that kind of time from the point where he's going to wound some players and or score some goals.
Adams wins the draw. It goes back to the net for Vancouver. Adams went in after it. Bridgman there with him. It's centered, and it's cleared immediately off the boards and down the ice. Nordmark back. He has scored for Vancouver. We're tied at 2. Knocked down near center ice by Bridgman in with Adams. Bridgman put on the brakes. Now he tries to center, and it's broken up in front of the net by Poplinski. He's away. Poplinski coming in. He has Hunter on his right. And the shot is blocked by Bridgman. It's not cleared, though. McLean was sharp with a stick save on his shot by McCrimmon. Merzen coming back. McCrimmon, the other defenseman, takes his pass. Steps across the blue line and shoots it down the ice. Icing, though, has been waved off. Coming up to the halfway mark of the second period. Nothing solved yet, with the two teams scoring a pair of goals.
Larry Melnick, one of the steadier defensemen on the Vancouver Canucks. I'm sure his teammates and his coaches appreciate his work more than the media or opponents that don't see him very often. Not a great offensive defenseman, the strong. And there was a tough customer for the Vancouver Canucks. You saw encouraging his team. Jack Magelharty, boy, he came to play every day, practice or a game.
Lube forechecking. Butcher has to turn in the corner. Got a pass up along the boards. The Canucks finally bring it out. They're definitely playing the defensive style. They're all back, trying to cover on these hard skating, hard shooting Flames. So far, they're doing a pretty good job of it. Lube tipped it near the line. Got it out, but couldn't move on it. He was stopped by Reinhardt. Puck back in. Lube was knocked to the ice. McCown's pass. Lube backhands it ahead to Roberts. Neuendijk up there with him. Roberts is tied up. Bradley turns to go back in for Vancouver. He left it for Stern. Stern is stopped by McCown. Stern gets it again, but it's fired down the ice by Roberts. The Calgary Flames, and that again is icing against the Flames. 2-2 the score. 9:11 left in the second.
Oh, guy, what's that for rain?
Come on, go ahead.
Hey, you think it'll rain?
I don't know, Don. It was supposed to stop.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Hey, you got to know when to turn them. How not to burn them. Know when to walk away. Knowing when to run. It's one heck of a great brew. A great brew that I'm holding. And it's good friends that we're after at the end of a working day. Sweetheart, boiled steak for dinner.
Vancouver on with Linden, Sandlak, and Spreaco. Gilmore, Mullen, and Patterson for Calgary. I'm Bob Cole with Harry Neal and Scott Oak at the Olympic Saddle Dome in Calgary. Game 1 of the best of 7. Second game tomorrow night here at the Saddle Dome. Then the scene shifts to Vancouver for Saturday and Sunday. Lidster at the blue line. Comes in with a weak shot. It hit a skate. Sandlak went after it. Linden was over to help, but the Flames get the puck out of the zone. Too far for Patterson. He bumped Lidster. McGinnis turning around in the corner. Linden coming in. It's stopped by Lidster, feeding it in. Here's a chance, and the backhander by Sandlak missed. Canucks pressing a little bit now with this Linden, Sandlak, Spreaco line. Now moving up is Adams. He has been inserted, and he intercepts. Winds up, and he missed with a low shot. Flames a little slow moving it out. Back of the net, Suter. The pass didn't come to Lidster. Hit the side of the net. Patterson finally gets it up to Mullen with Gilmore and Suter coming up. Gilmore going in along the boards. Tried to feed it in front. And it's broken up and cleared out into the center ice area again. McClellan holding it along the boards. Falling was Greg Adams, and they call the play with 8:03 left in the second period.
Well, here's Greg Adams, the one from Edmonton that was acquired late in the season by the Vancouver Canucks, and the philosophy behind this trade was to, like the same one in bringing Mel Bridgman back from Europe, get some bigger forwards who will have more success in the one-on-one battles for the puck along the boards or in front of the opposition's net. And Adams has done that for Vancouver, and he has added some size and strength to the wing on the Vancouver forward brigade.
Melnick goes around the net for Vancouver. Stopped by Fleury, though. Fleury with great puck sense and anticipation. Smeel shoots it in. McCrimmon tried to knock it off the boards and get it out. McCrimmon again goes in there to pick it up behind the goal. Into the far corner, and he was stopped by Bozak. Bozak trying to center it. Hangs onto it, skates for the net. Weak backhander. Vernon stopped it. And he's out of the net to hold it as they go pushing and shoving to the right of Mike Vernon.
Well, Sutter has offended Brad McCrimmon as he pushed him into the glass, and the Vancouver Canucks have stood up to any physical play that the Calgary Flames have given them. Whether they can do it 4 games in 5 nights, that's one of the big questions.
2-2. And we'll be back in a moment.
Esso Protect engine oil brings you this simple demonstration of the effects of friction. 2 objects rubbing together create heat. When those objects are in your engine, that heat means wear. Deposits build up, fuel economy goes down. Your engine's only protection is a skin-thin layer of oil that either makes it or breaks it. That's fact, not friction.
Rich Sutter, with that bulldog determination that all his brothers have, runs McCrimmon in the end of the rink after the puck's held, and McCrimmon takes offense and pushes Sutter back. And the Sarge, as they call him here in Calgary, got the straps ripped off his helmet. What a deal that was by Cliff Fletcher.
Adams wins the draw, but the Flames get back, hustling for it. Was Natras, couldn't get it out. It comes to the side of the net again, and Vernon now is taking no chances. Things a little shabby for the Flames inside their own blue line, but that, of course, can be attributed to the fact that the Vancouver Canucks are doing a little forechecking and pressing.
They sure are. After the Flames got their second goal, I think they thought, well, that's it. We've got these guys down now. But ever since then, the Vancouver Canucks have been well in charge of this period. They don't convert opportunities as nicely as they'd like to, but they sure have had the territorial advantage.
Adams, Tandy, Bridgman, hustle for it. That's Bridgman. He can't center it, though. It's stopped by Nieuwendyk. Nieuwendyk turning. Gets it out to Roberts, who's on with Lube, and coming in is Nieuwendyk driving for the net. Nieuwendyk hit the side of the net and then slammed into the goalpost, and of course knocked it off the magnet. A great rush by Nieuwendyk, breaking for the net. Well, you know, this is the opening night of everything that's going to happen in these divisional semifinals, and so far no surprises. Now you got to say this one is a bit of a surprise. A 6-0 whitewashing by Buffalo, Washington over Philadelphia. That might be a close series, Harry. Pittsburgh over the Rangers 3-1.
Pretty tough to keep track. Detroit Red Wings look like they had their hands full taking the Hawks on, and the St. Louis Blues at home to Minnesota, and LA, of course, just starting on the West Coast, leading 1-0.
And we'll keep you posted on that. Scott Oak is watching the action from the fabulous Forum in LA. Here's McGinnis, and no wood on that one. Broke his stick as he tried to hammer one from just inside the blue line. Lube kept it in for Calgary. Nieuwendyk working hard into the corner and steps on top of him. Litster moving to poke it away. Now Lube hits Litster on the boards in the corner. Canucks finally get it out and down the ice. And back is Murzin. Murzin being watched on the play by Bradley. Skates away from him. Murzin straight down the right side. Shoots it in. And McLean carefully picked it off the boards and dumped it into the corner, where Big Snaps takes it. One arms it along the board. Stern took a smack from Roberts, but got it out. Otto flipped it back in his own zone. A little over 6 minutes left in the second period as the Canucks make changes now as the Flames come at him again. Poplinski going in, and a low shot just missing. Poplinski thought he had a bit of room on that far side. Linden tried to move it in for Vancouver. That's intercepted. Slapped from the center ice red line and right back in again, and Suter has to go back. Suter skates away from Sandlak, but the puck off the far side was knocked down with a high stick. It is called.
When front-wheel drive was introduced, it promised a lot.
Front-wheel drive? Front-wheel drive.
But unless you align both your front and rear wheels, front-wheel drive can cause a problem: increased rear tire wear.
Front-wheel drive.
At Canadian Tire, we specialize in computerized four-wheel alignment that helps restore all the excitement of front-wheel drive.
Trust Canadian Tire, Canada's #1 choice for wheel alignments.
And just outside the Calgary line is where they line up for this one. Reinhardt comes back to refresh the goaltender, Kirk McLean. Linden again set against Gilmore of Calgary. Butcher in. Hard shot, grabbed by Vernon. McCrimmon behind the net. Got it to the right side. It's deflected over the glass into the crowd. So they stop the play again, and it's obvious the Vancouver Canucks have weathered the storm of the way the Flames came out at the start of the second period. And Bob McCammon has them settle down, and now they're checking much more closely and have slowed the pace. They've been successful in doing that.
KJ McCammon has had his team do this all year. They bend, but they haven't broken very often. And 31 times they've given the opposition less than 3 goals. That's quite a feat.
The Bozak, Smeal, and Sutter line. That's the checking line against Doug Gilmore, Patterson, and Mullen. Coming back is Butcher. He's on there with Reinhardt on the Vancouver defense. Little over 5 minutes left in the second period, and we're still tied at 2. Butcher taking all kinds of time, and he finds nobody open, so he shoots it down the ice. That will bring it back on this icing call. No, it was through the crease. So the play continues, and Gilmore flipped one in. Lane comes out before Patterson can get a chance to get in on Butcher. Butcher again, back of the net to Reinhardt. He's open over there and is able to start the play up the left wing boards for Sutter. However, Sutter missed a chance to move in. He's offside, and they call the play as it was carried in by Reinhardt, and Sutter was trapped inside the line.
Stan Smeel, boy, if you've watched Vancouver hockey in the last 10 years, you're in love with this guy. This is his. He's 6-4-10 in the playoffs against Calgary, and this is his 35th playoff game in his career, and he's 33 points. Stan the Steamer Smeel may be the best player the Vancouver Canucks have ever had. Not the most talented, but the best.
Nieuwendyk, rolling puck he can't find. Natras comes back. Feeds it off to the right side and then starts the Flames away. Nieuwendyk is coming up over the line. He puts on the brakes. McCown up with him. He's centered to McCown. Is in front. He scores! McCown giving the Flames the lead, 3-2.
Well, the Canucks got a bad break on that goal. It was a 3-on-3 with McCown jumping into the rush, and Tony Tanny fell over to the right. To give it a 3-on-2, and McCowan, a defenseman, went to the net and was rewarded with the puck as Joe Nieuwendyk had lots of time, and it was Fleury that had someone covering him, and I think it was Tony Tanny that fell. McCowan, who has missed the last 2 playoff series with the Calgary Flames, gets a goal and misses.
Fleury and Nieuwendyk assisting on the McCown goal at 15:30, and the Flames lead again by 1 goal. Here's McCown. He's fired up now. Otto is with him, but he fell as he crossed the line. Bradley comes right back into Stern. He dropped it. Turning around is Skriko at the blue line. Skriko can't get a shot. Now he does. It was deflected in front of the net and just missed him. There's another penalty being called, and I do believe that it's against the Calgary Flames. And Otto, or rather, Popinski is going to the penalty box.
Our engineers were wondering how many limousines would fit inside our very spacious Festiva. After a valiant effort, they found the answer. The very spacious Festiva. At Ford and Mercury dealers.
Jim Popinski gets a slashing penalty as he laid the wood on Petri Skriko. And here's the goal. See, there's Tanny. He falls after he tries to take Fleury out. Fleury gets the puck back, and 34 McCowan goes to the net. And Tanny is recovered, but he can't get back into the play. And McCowan tips it between Kirk McLean's legs. Jamie McCowan, on a solo dash, puts his team ahead.
By a 3-2 margin with 4 minutes left of the period. Flames again short-handed with Popinski in the penalty box again. Canucks with an opportunity to tire up.
I'm sure Terry Crisp is not happy. Although they're ahead 3-2, they've been in the doldrums for most of this period. But that's the way Calgary beats you. They play an off-beat period and still get a goal. And that's the great scoring opportunistic players they've got.
Face off. Flames a chance to clear. Here's Tanny. Drilled it. And Vernon cut the angle and stopped it. He just stood there and took the shot. Reinhardt stopped it at the blue line. Tandy again faked the shot, whipped it off the boards. It's centered. Tandy another good chance, and Vernon standing up to him with Bradley setting it up. And Tandy had 3 chances on that rush.
Mike Vernon give you a good display here of sometimes goalies don't have to move to make the save if they get themselves in the right position. And look what Vernon does. He's right out to the top of the crease on Tony Tanney, and Tanney had nowhere to go. If he was going to miss Vernon, he was going to miss the net. Right here. And you see the step Vernon took out? And although that one stung a little bit, Tony Tanney had a good opportunity taken away from him, not by the save, but by the position that Vernon gained.
He remains on, Tandy does, with Bradley, who'll take the face-off. Skriko on the left wing. Power play, Vancouver. Reinhardt moving up to pick it up. Goes into Skriko with it. Back of the net, Patterson racing after it, but he won't get there in time. Nordmark kept it in. Now the Flames with an opportunity to clear it. Otto took a swing at it. Just missed the puck. Reinhardt shot. Not much on it. Vernon out of the net, scooping it ahead. And it's cleared down by McCown. 1:10 left in the penalty. Kuklinski in the penalty box. 3:05 left in the period now, and here come the Canucks. Nordmark through center ice, giving a little room to Reinhardt, dropping it back. Reinhardt again on the boards. McCown after him. McCown reaching for it. He fell. The Canucks keep it in, but a scramble along the boards, and nobody can really move on it to make a decent play. Bradley waits. Now he shoots. That's blocked. Bradley again. Hangs onto it. Fake to pass. Move back. Flames set up the square. Keep him out there. At the side of the net now to Bradley again. Along the boards into the line. Bradley once more. To Nordmark. Nordmark to Bradley. Bradley hangs on to it. Time goes on. The penalty running out. 14 seconds left in the power play. Skriko on the boards. McCown doing a good job on him. And finally, Gilmore gets it out of the zone and down the ice. But great patience being shown by the Calgary Flames. Holding the Canucks on the outside. The penalty has been served. Kapinski is out of the box and on the ice and into play. Going in is Adams, who's knocked down to the line. Here's a shot by Sneps. It was weak and off his skate. Sneps kept it in. He put it in front of Vernon. Nobody could play it. Otto picks it up. Got it out over the line. Fed back by Sandlak. Again, he moves up with Linden. Kapinski trying to break it up and couldn't. Rushing in is Litster. Litster bumped twice. Back of the goal. Now Litster moving up along the boards. Took a shot. That's deflected to the line. Kept in by Sneps. Kapinski saw the loose puck and got it out to Lube. Lube is all alone on this one. Fleury trying to catch up. Lube nearly got in. Turning around, gives it to Fleury on the boards. Fleury passes back. Here's a shot and into the glove of Kirk McLean, who hangs on to it with 1 minute left in the second period, and the Flames leading by a goal.
I think the Flames it's a little flattering, 3-2 for the Flames, especially if you take out the last 8 minutes of period 1, but that's the way they beat you, and Håkan Lou almost scored there on a shot after Dipsy doodling around the Vancouver end. He got a shot away, and he's a 27-goal scorer, and last year got 50. And Terry Crisp is upset with his team. He feels they're allowing the Canucks to dictate the pace of this game, and the Canucks would take a 1-goal deficit heading into the last 20 minutes and hope they can kick one in to tie it up.
1 minute to play in a period. Flames keep the puck in on the face-off as they win it, but not for long. Suter waits in the center ice area. Fired in by McCrimmon. Flames go in after it. Back of the net, Fleury tried to center it and could not. Now it comes out thanks to the work of Nieuwendyk to the line. McCrimmon's backhander. Nieuwendyk tipped it through the net. Down goes McLean, and he hangs on to it. And you know, I think there's going to be another penalty. McLean had made the save, and then the referee, Denny Morrell, had called the penalty, so we assume it's against Vancouver with 34 seconds left in the period. Indeed, Bozak is heading off.
He's going to get a holding penalty. It wasn't a very long hold. My guess is that he held his stick. Watch 14. Bozak, right there, you see he's got a hold of the Calgary player McClellan. And McClellan had to try to score with a one-handed shot, thanks to Steve Bozak's holding penalty. 34 seconds left in a two-part power play coming up for the Calgary Flames.
Otto, 29, on the face-off for Calgary. Trying to hook it back, no doubt, but he won't get a chance. I think they've both been waved out. There they go. Gilmore comes in. He's another center man. A good move by Terry Crisp, having the extra center man on, just in case of this situation. He wins the draw. Back it comes. Mullen gets it back. Suter played it along the line and gets it again. Faked the shot. Now Mullen. He faked the shot. Suter to Mullen. Mullen this time looks to the side of the net. It's centered. Otto is covered in time. Out it comes to Suter again. Another shot. And Mullen missed the rebound and hopped over his stick. Puck is cleared down the ice by Harold. Snaps. Only 7 seconds left in the period. This is McGinnis. He'll try to uncork one. There it goes. Put it right on the mark. And out of the net to cut the angle was McLeod, and that's the end of the period.
Well, the Vancouver Canucks enter on the road, game 1, thanks to Kirk McLean making a great stop at the end of the period. Have a chance now with 1 goal to get back in this hockey game. Mike Vernon was busy and pretty sharp that period because Vancouver were the better team period 2.
McGinnis at 1:59, a power play goal from Otto and Mullen. Nordmark at 4:20 from Lidster. McCown at 15:30. A nice play by Fleury, and Nieuwendyk also got an assist. And the score at the end of the second period, the Calgary Flames 3 and the Vancouver Canucks 2.